Welcome to today's Morning Report on Wednesday, 2nd of November with me, Rich Perry, market analyst at Handset Markets. It is FOMC day, but it would appear that the market have got other things to worry about at the moment. We've got the fact that Donald Trump is performing much better in the polls ever since that FBI investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails was renewed on Friday, or the announcement of it was renewed on Friday. Trump's performance in the polls has significantly improved, and markets are now having to reprice the prospects of a Trump victory. And we're seeing a significant shift in market sentiment. Safe haven trades are performing much better. The dollar is weaker. Let me show you this dollar trade. Here, the dollar has fallen quite sharply in the last few days. Yesterday especially was the big move, and that's sort of been reflected in treasury yields, which are lower. There's the 2-year and also the 10-year lower, and also just generally across risk appetite. This is being shown. Let me show you also the VIX index sharply higher on that index, suggesting that markets are equity investors are now sort of looking to buy more or cover more their portfolios with index puts, and really strong move there. We've seen again also oil price sharply lower. That oil price is now testing this key uptrend that's been in place ever since the bottom in February. So some really huge moves that we're seeing in these markets, and really significant moves as well. Generally speaking, as I said, the dollar weakness is impacting across the board pretty much. Euros sharply higher, dollar yen also sharply lower. So I'm going to talk you through these aspects in my analysis videos in a moment as we go on, but certainly at the moment markets are under pressure as the safe haven trades are performing much better. So that's going to basically affect, I think, throughout the day. The markets are going to be reactive to that. Now, we've got this Fed meeting tonight. Is it going to be any change? No, the market is not expecting any change for the Fed tonight. In front of the December meeting, which has the press conference and is also clear of the election, there's no anticipation of a move tonight on the Fed. But we could have a little bit of volatility, but likelihood is that the Fed will not really be able to do too much to the markets. You might see a little bit of a change of the wording on the FOMC statement, perhaps to sort of allude towards a rate hike next month, but generally speaking the markets are pretty sort of settled as to no real impact tonight. Other than that, we've got a few bits of data today. We've got a little bit of UK data which just comes out in a bit. We've got the construction PMIs for the UK. 51.8 is the expected, just down slightly from 52.3. The ADP employment report number is out today. 165 up from 154. 154 was sort of basically pretty much where the payrolls number was last month, but that 165 again sort of alluding to a fairly solid payrolls report at the end of the week. And crude oil inventories, again an inventory build of 175. Now the API inventory build yesterday had an impact on the oil price, and another inventory build today in the EIA report would be certainly putting the pressure to the downside, as we've had a general sort of inventory drawdown in recent weeks. But the Fed is at 6 o'clock tonight, and just watch out for that possible impact on the markets. But markets are certainly focusing more, I think, on politics today rather than fundamentals or economics. So that takes me to my chart today, which is silver. Now, silver has been rising. As I said, the precious metals safe haven trades have been benefiting on the back of this improvement for Trump's standings in the polls, and certainly silver has rallied through that resistance at $18. Yesterday that broke out, now testing the 1850 level, which was this basis of support through August and September. As we speak, that is being tested. Now this sort of brings us into a resistance band between sort of 1836 up towards 1865, which is this sort of overhead supply from these lows from August, September. So if you break through those levels, I think you're up and away really. You'd be sort of looking out for the next real resistance that comes in around sort of 1920, this bit of an old pivot line. But generally speaking, you could even retrace all the way back towards this downtrend. which had been linking those highs from July, August, September. So this improvement in silver that we've seen is certainly also benefiting on the momentum indicators. Look at that RSI up to 60 again. 60 is a key level clearly in recent months. Momentum on the stochastic strong, MACD lines rising. So this is a key moment for silver. Can it break through this resistance at 1850? Can the RSI go above 60? If so, then I think we could continue this recovery quite significantly back towards that downtrend, which currently comes in around 1950 area, 1955. So the momentum on the hourly chart is also very strong. Little corrections are being brought into. You've got minor near-term support around 1830. The breakout level at 18 figure is a level to watch as well. But generally speaking, we're looking pretty strong, pretty positive, and further gains I think are going to be seen. Certainly if you can break out through that 1850 level area of resistance. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I'll speak to you later. Thank you.